Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe, the Panther Jr., and now introducing to the mic my co-host, the Happy Heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Joe?
Not too much, everybody. So we now have another guest on Friday, but everybody will know that soon because she's a really cool person. So you want me to introduce the guests, Geeky?
You can introduce the guest, Joe.
All right, there, wrestling fans. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to Davienne, not America's sweetheart.
Hi.
What's going on?
You said it right. I don't want to get your finishing move.
No, yeah, you were close. It was good. Yeah.
Please don't break my glasses, even though I can just go to the store and buy a new pair of red ones. But there's only one person has the cool paw prints.
Oh, look at that.
That's my stylish. That's me. I gotta make it look cool.
Absolutely. Glasses are everything. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the story behind the name Joey Panther Jr. is, I don't know if they read the message on the thing. My grandfather was a professional wrestler in the era of Vince McMahon's dad, and he wrestled as a heel, as a luchador heel. And and I find out during the pandemic, I have two other cousins that were wrestlers.
Oh wow!
With under Vince McMahon, Pete Sanchez and Frank Martinez, the Blue Demon. I'm like, wow, I'm third. Wow, now I'm like, oh my god. That's why there's so many R's in my name on the screen.
I got you.
Third generation.
Third generation. Awesome.
Yeah, baby.
But he's a podcaster. He's not a wrestler.
I told my uncle, I'm the mouthpiece of the family now. Don't tell anybody else they're the mouthpiece. I'm the mouthpiece. See, literally, mouthpiece. See, I got to prove it. Yeah. So, welcome to Dudes at Ringside podcast, Not America's Sweetheart, where we sit and hang out and talk to wrestlers from all over the world and all different states. And now we could highlight another part of Boston, Massachusetts to that fun list of Dudes at Ringside fun. So I'm going to start the questions because Geek did that last time, I think.
Do you want to introduce yourself first? Or?
Oh, yeah, there we go. I forgot that we always do that with the wrestlers. We always do that, and I totally blanked. Oh, there's another fellow wrestler, but he's from England, Riley Measures, in the comments. If our fans are not familiar with your wrestling style and where you're from, and just introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Not America's Sweetheart, davienne. I'm wrestle mostly for Limitless Wrestling, Chaotic Wrestling, Beyond Wrestling. I have done some work with Ring of Honor, some work with AEW Dark. Yeah, I mean, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on IWTV. Those are the main place you can find me. We have a promotion, Chaotic Wrestling, can be found on Twitch. If you're a Twitch subscriber, Twitch watcher, some great wrestling on there every Thursday. Yeah, I'm pretty in the ring, pretty aggressive.
She'll knock somebody out.
Yeah, I have a power-based style. I'm not very technical or flashy. I rarely do a flip. I just hit people.
Knock them out. That's it.
Cool, like what's his name says from Friday. She will knock you the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I like I'll start the questions off because I did that last time and I totally blanked on it and I totally messed up. I feel bad not doing the fun intro we did do for who you are. So who do you prefer to wrestle, men or women? So you wrestle men.
Right now, I prefer to wrestle men. I wrestled just girls for so long. That wrestling men is just like a new challenge that I really enjoy. So, like, honestly, most of the time my matches are with men now.
Interesting.
Who is someone you would like to work with, male and female?
Who I have worked with or would
No,
like to?
Would like to work with.
Would like to. Female, top of my list for a long time is in Kimberly. And male, Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia. Okay. What about like your dream opponent right now for a male and female?
Dream opponent like ever?
Yeah, it could be anybody.
Dream opponent Randy Orton.
Right, Randy Orton.
Dream opponent female Trish Stratus.
I'd book it, Randy Orton versus you. I'd be front row. I'd spend all my money in my pocket. Like you WrestleMania. God, get out of the house. We just lost the house. I'm going to WrestleMania and sit with Geek.
I think you would kill Randy Orton in a match, and not just because you're here. You would literally, you would literally kill him.
Thank you. I love him. He's been my favorite wrestler since I started watching wrestling. He's the first wrestling match I ever saw.
Oh wow!
So I like just watch a lot of his stuff and steal it. So.
Have you ever thought of using tossing in the RKO as like an alternate finisher?
I have used the RKO a few times. I don't want to like abuse it since it is his finisher, and like cutters became pretty common on the independents. It's different than the RKO. Like the RKO is something special. But I do use a lot of his stuff. Like I use his hanging DDT. I'll use like his punt kick. I'll use his stomps. A few like older things that he used to do. I was teaching one of the girls I train with the overdrive. I gave her that. He used to do this like fancy pin that I started to learn at practice just because he did it. So I just steal a lot of his stuff.
Would you do the pound that he does when he's singly for the RKO or?
Literally I've been like when I didn't know like what to do for my fire up, I would just steal from Orton and Edge because there was their fire up before something was like cool. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm just gonna do what they do, and until I evolve it into what I would do. So yeah.
I think I would do like a hangman thing, like face it, and then because I used to joke with my friends, like Geek knows this from college. Like my wrestling name in all the SmackDown games just get crazy. So originally my fire would be like I'm starting like a salsa dance, like the new age guy would be like. Me and Geek play SmackDown like religiously, and our friend would get so mad at us that he's like, we'd be playing from like 12 o'clock all the way toward dinner time, and like the same match. You'd be both bloody, both like hanging on the door. Guys, what's up? Let's go for dinner at the cafeteria. And we're like, you guys still doing the match? Yeah. And both our guys are like, like two girls fighting over a Backstreet Boys CD in the 90s. And you can hear the guys going, in the ring, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. No, Joe, don't get the chair. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, let's go eat. I'll take a DQ. Take a count out. That match went everywhere. We would use the pole outside the ring. We were using both announcers' tables were broken.
The wrestlers would be weak, and then they'll be walking very slowly, and then he'd be like, and then our friend would be like, "Guys, you done yet?" And it's like, "No, they're still going. They're wobbly."
And whole bodies are red in the corner.
Yeah.
Like one punch, and he's like,
That's the one thing about this show. We ramble a lot. So
we ramble. We love rambling.
I'm for it.
We'll ramble about stupid things like pizza parties, and like
we love pizzas and tacos and. So, what do your parents think about you when you went into wrestling?
So they've always just been really supportive because I wanted to be a wrestler since I was little. So I graduated high school early and then just started working full time to be able to buy a car and pay for training. And I was like, all right, I'm being a wrestler. Like, that's it. I thought it was going to be a much easier process. You know, like when you're 18 and you're just like, yeah, you just like sign up for wrestling school and then you get signed. And it's just like, no, it's not how it works. When I come home, like my second day of class, my mom was like, you're never going back. Like, you're never going back. Like, you look like you got hit by a car. Just like covered in bruises, just all beat up. And I didn't want to go back. I was like, oh no, this is not fun. But I wasn't going to be the girl who quit after 2 classes. So I kept going. And then it just evolved into almost 9 years later. Here we are.
Yeah. Oh, you've been there for 9 years. Wow.
Yeah. I started training July 3rd, 2012.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's the match that you said that you want to become a wrestler?
I don't know if it was like a specific match, but Randy Orton versus Christian on Sunday Night Heat is what made me a wrestling fan. It was the first match I ever watched, and I was like, oh wow, like I like this. Before I was a wrestling fan, I was a huge Boston Red Sox fan, like to die. And then like they lost in 2003 in the World Series. They broke a curse in 2004. And then in 2004, 2005 was when I started getting into wrestling because I was like, I can't play Major League Baseball. And like I got into wrestling and I was like, wow, this is like something I could do. Because I was never the kind of kid to like be normal. Like I wasn't going to like go to college or like have like a normal job. It's just never been my passion. And like I loved baseball. I was like, oh, I could be like a bat girl at Fenway or something. This is when I'm like 10. So like, you know, whatever. And then I fell in love with wrestling and I've just never fallen out of love with it. And it's just like, this is what I want to do. And this is what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. That's always good to know that there's like people like you that love what you do so much that they just know that's their thing.
Yeah.
And there's wrestlers that like the first 3 years they're doing it, they're like, okay, I'm a wrestler, but this is not like my number one goal in life. We could tell you really love this business and this is what you want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think like, you know, just like for not even somebody who likes wrestling, just somebody like, you know, it's fine to go against the grain. Like when I was in high school, like my high school was only geared towards like, yeah, you're going to go to college. And like, it just wasn't my thing. I didn't want to be in all this debt going to get a piece of paper for something I didn't want to do. And I was like, well, screw it. Like, I'm not going to go anymore. Like I was like, what's the fastest way I can get out of here and get to do what I want to do? And I think like life's too short. Like you got to do what you want to do. And even if you don't find your passion when you're young, like just keep trying things until you do find it. Like I was lucky enough to find something I really loved when I was 11 years old. And I get to do it. So I just think like, you know, it just throw stuff at a wall. Don't be afraid to go against the grain and not like have to go through the status quo and just, you know, enjoy your life.
Yeah, that's the best way to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, here we go. We got a question from the audience here. I don't know if you know there's private chat on your screen and then there's comments.
Oh, okay. Comments.
You click it, then you can see the comments.
Yeah.
That's one of our people on the screen. He's asking you a question.
How did you get into wrestling? Is that right? Is
yeah.
that Okay. Yeah, so I actually, it's funny. We were talking about Dolph Ziggler earlier. When he was in the Spirit Squad with Kenny.
Yeah.
He went to my sister's high school. Kenny.
Wow.
High school together.
Ken Doan?
Yes, Ken Doan. And the Telegram, that's like a local newspaper where I grew up, wrote an article about how Kenny got signed and made it to WWE. And I clipped the article from the newspaper. I probably still have it to this day in like my scrapbook. And it said he trained at the Killer Kowalski School of Pro Wrestling in Boston. And I was like, all right, this is school I'm going to go to. And I was like 13, so I obviously couldn't go. And then I just kept following the school. And it became the Chaotic Training Center, and then it became the New England Pro Wrestling Academy. And I actually had another option. This guy who worked out at the gym that I worked at was like, hey, one of my friends is an independent wrestler. Like, you want to be a wrestler? Like, you should send him a message. And so I did. And he was like, yeah, there's a school, Antonio Thomas, who is part of the Heartthrobs, who's now Thomas Santel. He runs a school, and it's like 40 minutes from where you live. And then he never wrote me back. So I ended up going to the school that Kenny Dykstra trained at, and the one that I had always planned on since I was 13. And so 3 days after I turned 18, I walked in with all my life savings, and I had a car that I bought for cash. So it was a beater. And I was like, here you go. And that's how I started.
Wow, that's
great.
cool.
That's a great story.
It's like a movie. It's like that could be a movie one day. Never know.
It was actually really funny when I ended up being on shows with Ken, and he heard where I was announced from. He's like, "You're from Rutland, Massachusetts," and I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "I'm from, wherever," and I was like, "I know you went to high school with my sister. I like had an article of yours in the newspaper," and like he, gave me feedback on my matches and was like super awesome to work with. I ended up tagging with him on a Beyond Wrestling show. So it was like everything kind of came full circle. Like he told me or directed me where to train, indirectly from the newspaper article. And then we ended up tagging together on a show. So
that's awesome, to be honest with you. That's what's your opinion on intergender matches for the industry?
I think they're great. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I think they're great. I think it's just a different story to tell. You can just suspend your disbelief. It's just storytelling. And like there are some of my favorite matches. Guys and girls wrestle differently. The way I've gotten good is I trained with all men for 6 years. I only had to wrestle girls on shows. And so when people watch me wrestle, they're like, yeah, you fight like a guy, and that's why we like it. And like, the woman's evolution, like the 4 horsewomen, they wrestle like men. Like they don't wrestle like a female wrestler. And that just, it just comes with like, hey, if you're in the ring with a guy, you got to step it up a little bit. So I really like intergender wrestling. I think it's great. It doesn't have to be all the time, every single match, whatever. I think it's just something really special that is cool.
It seems like WWE was trying to plan that for WrestleMania 35. They were trying to do Moxley versus Nia Jax, but it looks like the plans fell through.
I do remember hearing about that.
So I don't know if someone told Vince and went in Vince's ear and said it's not a good idea, or maybe Moxley was leaving. I don't know what the story was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my man Randy Orton had an intergender match, even though it didn't really go, but it was listed as an intergender match. Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss.
It could happen. You could wrestle Randy Orton one day.
Hopefully, I was actually really impressed with they were doing like the stuff with Reginald, like Reginald versus Sasha Banks. Like It was a legit match.
Yeah.
Like he didn't like strike her. It was very like intricate, very athletic match.
Uh-huh.
But like it was cool to see that on television.
Because you don't see that too much in WWE anymore.
No, you don't.
Because I remember when I was growing up, they had a match, Dean Malenko versus Lita, and for her to get in there with Dean Malenko was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
he's a legend. He's a legend, and she is. They're both legends in this game. Like Malenko with his wrestling style with the grapple and catching. There's a word I used to always hear on WCW that I still use to this day. My friends all look at me like a dog staring at the answer machine. Catch style. I think I used to always hear they would say certain wrestlers has catch, whatever it's called.
Oh, catch can style.
Yeah. WCW, they used to use that word like religiously, and I'm 38, and I used to watch the old WCW, kind of like when JR was there. That's like past like the 90s, right? The beginning of the 90s, the 80s into the 90s when JR was there, and him and also the guy that's in AEW now, broadcaster. What's his name? Tony Schiavone used to say that word also. Catch style. Yeah, this guy has catch it. And I would say it to my friends, like, that guy has catch style. And they're like, it's like, Joe, are you having a stroke? What are you saying? Catch. Is it too hot in the room? Why are you stuttering? I'm like, I'm not stuttering. Just saying what his style is. Joe's having a stroke again.
Met Dean at the WAF New York. He's a stand-up guy. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
sorry, you go.
Now you go ahead, Joe. I cut you off.
So, do you ever get a chance to, like, when AEW goes on the tours, are you going to be able to go on tour with them when they go on tour?
I have no idea. I don't think so. I'm not contracted. I just had one appearance
on Dark.
And I did, a backstage. I was part of the waiting room, Britt Baker's waiting room. If they're ever in my area, I hope to, get some more extra work and see where that goes. But nothing set up as of yet.
It's going to be in Queens, New York, in September 12th.
Yes. No, September 22nd.
September 22nd. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's not the first show on New York, but it's going to be like the first big show in New York in a long time, in like over a year and a half.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go the curveball question. Like, Joe, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food is lobster. Yeah, I don't get it a lot because it's expensive.
Yeah, it's a little
but I love lobster. Big fan of Mexican food.
Tacos.
Yep, I love Mexican food. I love sushi. I went up for sushi last night after my match. Yeah, I'm like a carnivore pretty much. So
Never come to Long Island. And if I'm in New York, we could all meet up and have tacos.
Love it. I love it.
We could hang out and have tacos.
Go to Long Island because like a lot of my friends are from Long Island. A lot of the Creative Pro people. And I've just never been.
There's another indie fed in New York. It's in it's NEW.
NEW, Northeast Wrestling.
Northeast Wrestling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching. This is when I was looking at Little Mean Kathleen, and she had one match there. It was like her very first match in there, and I'm like, I wonder if you ever been in that federation before.
I had my third match ever there. I've been there a couple of times. Yeah.
I went to a show they had in, I think it was 2 years ago in Beacon, New York, and it was the Young Bucks were the big bring in and come meet the Young Bucks, and it was they were doing one of their spots they do on YouTube, and it's funny because I was like, oh my God, she wasn't there. And there's another girl too. It was her and Becky. It was plain Becky or whatever. She has the barrette. Yeah, the
Crunchy, basic Becca.
basic Becca. Yes, I messaged her to come on our podcast too. You know what I got? Ghosted. Not even a look. She didn't even say it. I was like,
oh, it's probably in her message requests.
Tell her Dudes at Ringside Podcast wants to say hi.
I will. I'll see her on Friday.
Tell her Dudes at Ringside Podcast are cool dudes. They're friendly and they love food and they like talking about everything.
And random things. besides wrestling.
Yeah, we talk about everything. It's like, as I said, we want this to be like we're going to a cool taco place and drinking margaritas and hanging out and talking about stuff, you know. Just
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Talking smack, talking. All right. Speaking of talking, you want to do your question, then I'll do my fun thing.
You can do your rant, Joe. You can do your rant.
Okay, here we go. If you could bring back before I do my fun part, I'm gonna do my question. If you could bring back any wrestler from the past as a wrestler or a manager to be on your side, who would you bring back and why?
I would just have to go with Eddie Guerrero just because he's so talented. And he'd be really fun. Like, who wouldn't want Eddie back?
Would you want to be your manager or would you want to fight him?
I'd probably want to fight him and tag with him.
I could see the commentary now. Hey, the Mid-American sweetheart. Hey, you're my mother.
I could see heel Eddie saying, "Oh no, I have the flu today. I can't wrestle. I can't wrestle. Sorry, right?"
Yeah.
I'll try to trick you and give you a rose. He'd be like, "You don't want to fight me, Mama Cita."
It'd be great. It would be a great dynamic. I would love it.
You take the rose, you sniff it, and you step on it like, "No, I'm fighting now."
Just hit him with it.
I was like, what do we do? Okay, here we go. This is the fun segment of the show that Joe made up, and it just kept rolling. The snowball rolled down the hill. It's just rolling. If you're in a rivalry with anybody that you're in right now, we would like you to call them out.
Oh, okay. All right, I have two rivals right now.
Oh.
Both former best friends, both former tag team partners, both turned on me. And the last time I wrestled both of them, I lost. So both Ava Everett and JT Dunn, next time I see you, your lives are getting Davey ended, and that's period.
There you go.
There we go. I don't know why that day I was thinking, I'm like, Keith, we have to have the wrestler call. My dad said it. My dad is like, you got to have a segment on the show that the wrestler calls out their rival and just they just go what they want to do, whatever they want to say, just do it. And I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna go. They may be out of character and just coming on just to hang out with us. I would swear. And we've had so many wrestlers call out the rivals, and nothing has led into a match. But
I mean, I do have matches lined up with those two, so we're gonna keep it rolling, you know.
It does lead to a victory on your half. Have your friend, whoever's outside the ring, videotaping for you, make a clip for us and send it to us on Instagram. If you have a clip on your phone of you doing any move, you could send it to us on Instagram under where we send the pictures. It on there, and we could show support for you and showing you what the fans could see an actual clip of you doing stuff.
I love that.
That's what we do. We love helping the indies wrestlers in any way possible we can. And with the stuff going on in the world, before they started opening shows again, it was hard to get fans to notice you without putting stuff online?
Here's a good question right here.
Yeah.
How do you get to be an extra in wrestling?
It's kind of like weird. You with WWE, they have like a talent form, and you fill it out, and you have a profile, and then they'll contact you if they're coming to like your area if you want to be an extra that loop. AEW similar. I don't know if they have like a profile. But when they're only filming in Jacksonville, like you could send an email and then they'd give you dates of when they would need extras for, and then you go. But now that they're going to be traveling, and it's probably going to be more like WWE, like where you get the message to like be there for that loop or whatever. That's that. Like you got to wait until they reach out to you.
And it could be a non-wrestling role too, right?
Yeah. Like if you're an extra, you're there to do whatever they need.
Like you could just sit there, right?
Yeah. Just sit there. I have never done like WWE extra work, but a lot of my friends have, and it's usually like, oh, we just sat there and like ate catering, or you get to like when there was like the Rosebuds, there was like the No Way Jose Conga line, like that's what you do. And or you could do like a promo backstage if they need like security. Like those are kind of like the little roles that you could do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, because Shelly, she's not from Jacksonville, Florida. She's from Boston. That's my cousin Shelly. That's my
yes,
cousin.
not from Jacksonville. No,
She's from town.
Yeah, I'm from a small town in Massachusetts.
Like my fams. Panther fam. Panther fam. There you go. Because we have a new thing. It's the Panther fams.
Panther fams.
Panther fam.
What are some of your influences?
There we go.
And like, who are some of your influences? Like male and female. I know you spoke about Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, yes. Beth Phoenix is a big one too. I'm a huge fan of hers. Trish Stratus, I was a very big fan of. I also like get a lot of my influence for like my gear and stuff from like Marvel and comics and things like that. So I did Wonder Woman gear, I've done Captain America gear. I just actually started recently stealing like Kurt Angle's gear designs.
American flag. I saw that.
Yeah. So that was like my non-American Sweetheart gear. I just sent it to my gear designer and I was like, yeah, I want like non-American Sweetheart gear. And she came up with that. And then I really loved the look. And I was like, I'm going to start looking at Kurt Angle's stuff and like just copy from him. And then she actually made me like some Thor inspired gear.
Wow.
Recently, she was like, it's Thor's motorcycle gear, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I love the colors, I love the design. I'm a big, and then we did the first set of gear I had designed by her was like hella inspired, like kind of like more villain-esque. But yeah, I like to derive a lot of like my designs and stuff from like superheroes. I did Disney gear, I did Hercules, Hades, and Megara gear. So I just go off of like stuff in real life that I like. I like Marvel. And I like Disney. So those are the kind of things that I like hope what my interests are like will relate to masses. And yeah.
Is there any who designs your gear, by the way?
Her name is Kai. She's from California. She's like a legit like fashion designer. And she got so booked up she can't like sew it for me anymore. But she's at this point I've been with her for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. And I've had 4 4 sets made from her, and then, 6 designs, including the 2 designs I didn't have made from her. And it's like she knocks it out of the park every single time. So she's the only one I trust to do my designs at this point, because she knows what I like. She knows my style. She knows what's flattering on me. So that's usually what I like.
I guess like the distance you guys are, I guess you have to take a picture of yourself and like in the mirror saying, okay, this is what I look like. This is how do you do measurements from California to like.
Yeah, so she's super cool. I don't know how to sew, which sucks. But we when I first started working with her, she was like, I don't do measurements, and I was like, oh, okay, like weird. But so she had me mail her a old set of my gear, and had me take photos of me wearing it. And she was like, this is where it doesn't fit you right, and like this is what I would change. And then she just made it, and it was perfect. And I was like, wow, okay. I was actually really nervous because you're not taking measurements. But the girl who sews for me now did do measurements. She doesn't do the way like Kai sews. But I only use Kai for my designs because she's awesome.
Always good to have your gear fit you like a glove, because you never know who sees it, like anywhere else. If they see you, like, okay, that person's outfit doesn't look good on them, why would we want them on their promotion? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So.
So I've like thought about it, but I haven't watched Star Wars in a real long time. Like, I was a Star Wars freak when I was a little kid, and I got picked on. So I just like kind of abandoned it, which is stupid. But I don't like remember anything from Star Wars because my memory sucks. So when the first new movie come out, like 4, 5, 6 years ago, I'm like, I'll go back and watch all the Star Wars again. I've never done it. So I wouldn't want to do anything Star Wars to be like a fake, because I don't remember it. But I used to be a fan. I used to be a big fan, but I don't want to be a faker and be like, yeah, Star Wars is super popular, so I'm going to have gear made from it. Like, I want my gear to be authentic to what I do like. Like, I could totally, like, put, like, Baby Yoda gear together and be a little faker. But.
Oh, my gosh. Imagine. Or I can even see you doing Deadpool.
I do really like Deadpool.
That'd be hilarious, like the red and black, and have like your like Deadpool's face like right here on the he's like holding 2 American flags, like it's like coming out of the top of your shirt, so like right here, so it's just his face coming out the middle, like
or baby Groot.
Yes, baby Groot. That would be
But it have to be like brown. Your whole outfit makes it look like it's wood.
That'd be really cool.
There's ideas. We're giving you ideas, and realize it. And you have one looks like dragon-esque, like be like the gear would be like a dragon. I'm looking at my statue in my room, like make it like something. You have to make it look like intimidating. Make it look like either like Ninja Turtles, like a turtle shell, and your top would be like a turtle shell.
Oh my god, I love that. I wanted to do when Ava Everett and I were tagging, we did Power Ranger gear. And then we wanted to do Ninja Turtle gear, but she attacked me, so we're not doing that together.
I guess Xavier Woods and Coffee Kingston stole that idea because they did that like a week or 2 ago.
Oh, whatever. They can have it.
Oh, that's a good question. Gear is part of the.
Yes. So gear is super important. It just, to me, like, it just is part of the image and like the larger than life. aspect of wrestling. I like a lot of mesh in my gear. I like a lot of rhinestones on my gear. I like to be sparkly. So I have the 2 sets I have now is like red, white, and blue, high neck, mesh. I got brass knuckles on the back.
Wow.
And I put all the rhinestones on it myself. It took me like 8 hours. Yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot. And then I have my white. I have like white set of gear, and on the back it's a spine, and it's green and orange, and it says like my name on it. So it's really cool. I think it's just what makes wrestling so special. Like, it's not just a sport where you just like get a uniform. Like, you get to design it. You get to like decide what you're gonna wear. So that's part of what I love about wrestling.
Yeah. It's always good to have like an outfit that fans will see and be like, man, she's got some cool gear. Because there's some wrestlers that have gear that looks like they just went to the store and bought a pair of tights and a tank top.
Yeah. Like, my biggest thing is like, it's like, oh, if you look like somebody who's like in the crowd in the ring, it's like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're wearing like jeans and a t-shirt, like, come on.
Yeah.
There's time and a place. Like, if you're in like a hardcore match or something, you wear like jeans and a t-shirt, like, go for it.
Yeah.
But I think like having nice gear is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets the character to have a good story to them when they have that certain type of gear that it's memorable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my thing is like, a lot of the time, well, not a lot of the time, but some of the time when I go out and wrestle, it's the first time somebody's seen me. So I want them to like know coming through the curtain what they're getting, what the image is. So.
And you don't know who's in the crowd as well. Somebody from WWE, like an agent or somebody, could be saying, wow, this person's amazing, or this person really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, because I'm just saying, you don't know who's watching is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
You know? So you gotta show like that 100% at every single time, because you never know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Even this podcast, you don't know who's popping in and out of the podcast. Someone could pop in.
My cousin Shelly said, you're going to have to look her up online. Her name is right there on the screen, Shelly, for Instagram. That's her name, and it's Not America's Sweetheart, and you can Google her and figure out what her gear looks like. I don't think we have a picture set up. I may have one.
No, we do. We do.
Do we?
Yeah, you sent it. She sent it to Instagram.
Do we really, Geek?
Yeah, we do.
Do we really, Geek?
Come on, do a Miz phrase, Joe.
Bam.
Yeah.
I always have to have the pictures. There's the other gear, the green and purple. I like, funny, I like the red one, white one, blue, but I like that one. That gear looks cool. It's like purple and is it yellow or green? I think it's
green. Yeah, it's green. Yeah.
I like that. That's like cool. Like it looks like something that the Rockers, if you were a third partner in the Rockers, like you'd be like they're heavy, their manager would be like, oh, Shawn Michaels is hurt. Marty Jannetty's hurt, and you're just like, you jump in and you beat them up, and then you put them both on top of the opponent, and they win. It's like, because like Rockers never had a third friend, so you'd be like their helper. It's the Rockers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, Geek, what's next?
Oh, what is next exactly?
What George?
What is your favorite match of all time?
Ooh. That's a good one. I really like Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 21.
I have a story about that one.
roar.
All right, it was me and Joe were watching WrestleMania, right? That WrestleMania, we're having a whole party. Shawn Michaels is Joe's favorite absolute wrestler.
Yep. Next to Rey Mysterio. Yep.
And do you know where this is going, right? He had him in the ankle lock. Shawn tapped out. Joe stormed out of the room and said,
So
fuck this shit. I'm done.
He's like, what? I look around. He's like, fuck you.
I was like, hey, it was a good match. He's like, no, fuck you. I'm like, okay.
I was that mad girlfriend. Fuck you. Like little person. See, that's what I'm saying. Me and Kathleen go have a match against each other. So the first ever, she'll be like, we're looking eye to eye. She'll be like far away. I'll be all like, and then she'll be like, then I'll spear her.
There you go.
Go, Grandpa. Go heel. Be like, spear. She'll turn around.
Then, Grandpa would be like, Joe, why do you like the face so much?
I don't know. Like, in the video games, the crowd cheering sounds so much cooler than the boo. I can't do a loud boo. It's like I had it for a month or two with my character Kid Crazy as a heel, and then I was just like, it sounds like a flock of cows mooing. I don't like the cows and the boos. I'm like, no, am I at a cow farm? Why am I? The cheers sound so cooler. But in the WWE, the newer game, 2K19, you could make the meter either your full heel or the crowd. Some of the crowds like, yeah. Some of the crowds like,
oh, really?
Yeah, there's like a meter now. So it's not like full heel. Or you could put yourself as a heel, but you can put like a meter. So it's like if you want to be like heel or like somewhat a heel, some of the crowd cheers you. Sometimes they boo you. It even goes by your moves. So if you do something to somebody and you rake their eyes, they'll mark you as a heel. But if you like help them up or do something that's not a heelish, they'll make you a face in the character on the universe mode.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh God, thunderstorms at PA. Don't knock me off.
It's happened to us before. So during when we get really bad rainstorms, it's like, okay, we're done here, and then the thing would shut off. You know, the Wi-Fi.
This is my laptop. This is my new laptop. Like I had a full-fledged computer. I said this to Geek. I said if we would have done this before, as when I had the computer, in the middle of the podcast, my computer would have went, and I'd be like, no. Middle of the interview, best part of the interview, just.
But luckily for me, I'm the host, so it's like basically I can end the broadcast. You know. So.
Here we go. Here you go, Geek. Another question before we lose all the questions. Do you collect anything? And if you do, what?
I don't. I'm very, very much a minimalist. So no collecting in this house.
Yeah. I collect. I'm a Ghostbusters fan, so I like can't see it, but behind me I have like my little shelf where my PlayStation is. I like the little tchotchke Ghostbuster stuff, like the Ecto 1 that you can get. And I have like a Slimer with, you said you're a Red Sox fan. He has a little Yankee hat on because I got it when I went to the stadium. Like my sister got the mix thing. And she's like, I'm going to throw this little hat out, I don't need it. And I was like, I know what I could do with it. So I went home, put it on. I had a whole ceremony. I was like, Slimer, I always told you I was going to buy you a Yankee hat. I'm like, oh, I should have made a TikTok. Like,
yeah,
on his head, and I swear his smile went from that because I have him with his smile. He's like that. I have to take a picture and send it to you later. It looked like his smile got even wider.
The mod's saying they're expecting a storm around 10 or 11, which is good because we started the show early.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad we didn't do. That's why I'm glad that you didn't say, "Oh, 10 o'clock will be fine." Yeah,
that's my bedtime. 10 o'clock.
We would both get the finishing move, where we would have been like, "No guest today, fans. We couldn't find another guest." So, yeah, here we go. When as Geek and I were watching your matches, I noticed in the background when COVID was going on, you guys were doing shows with just the wrestlers in the crowd. Like, did you feel? Did it feel different to you guys? That like it was just your fellow wrestler there, or was it just like you feel like that was the crowd?
It's like it was fun to just like wrestle in front of like your friends. It was definitely fun. And you kind of think like oh yeah, like they know when to react, but also like they're not just gonna like react if it's not cool or they don't like it. So that was like fun to be like, okay, I'm actually like impressing my friends. They're actually giving us a genuine reaction. But not having like I did a few like nobody there, and that was horrible. Like no noise at all. I'm like, oh god, this is the worst. So having the other wrestlers there was like nice, but it's definitely nice to have real fans back.
Yeah, to hear that reaction. You know what I mean? You want to hear that reaction. Like Walter versus Dragunov. They wrestled in front of nobody, and they still put on an amazing match. And I still don't know how they did it.
Yeah, I don't either. It's just weird when you don't have people there.
Because you want that reaction when you hear that chop. You want to hear the woos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And they were just going at it, beating the crap out of each other for what, 25, 30 minutes with no fans. That takes a lot.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah, that's hard. Like if you're so used to having people who react, like when you do your chops, like as I watched and I cringe and I was like, oh my god, people going woo and like oh, and then that gets taken away from you guys. It's kind of taking away from that side of your entertainment to make the fan feel like they're right there. When they're not there, it's kind of like that's like the mute button.
Yeah.
Without the real mute button. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. And like that like was like when they did WrestleMania with no fans. They're like, oh, like they're like firing up and there's no fans. And it's like, well, they're still excited, you know, like, and there are people watching at home. So you want them to like fire up. Like, you want them to just like do a big move and then just like not do anything, like, because there are no people there that didn't give you a reaction. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So it was definitely a really weird time. A really weird time.
I noticed a lot that you use a lot of forearms in your matches. Do you have a Minoru Suzuki influence as well, or?
No. It's just the only strike I know how to throw. My punches are bad, so I don't throw them.
No, I think they're good though. I think they're good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very limited in my strike game, so forearms and chops is all I got. So that's why I throw a lot of them.
You like throwing chops and applesauce.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is the question Geek always says, but I like to steal it because I'm the good guy sometimes.
They're the heel now.
Turn
the heel.
It's happening slowly. It's probably gonna happen on Geek's birthday. I'm gonna probably throw the cake in his face. Have you ever given or got a receipt?
That was my question.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever given one. If I have, it's on accident. I don't think I've ever gotten a receipt either. I've had people be like reckless with me in the ring and deserve a receipt, but I'm just too nice, so I don't. Like I had like a chair thrown at my face, but not like a steel chair, like a banquet hall chair, and like I have a scar. I have a scar right here. It's like a C carved into my face.
Ouch.
I had 15 stitches. That was probably the worst. But no, I never even like wrestled the girl again, so I didn't give her a receipt. No, usually like the bad stuff happens to me. So, And I've just never. I'm just like, whatever, it's fine. I don't really care, so I won't ever give a receipt.
Or it's coming. You never know.
I'm just holding them all, you know.
It's like the mail. It's like it's coming, but it's not here yet. But you know,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I also collect stickers. Like as you said, I'm a Ghostbusters fan. I like to trade stickers. So if you have any stickers, let us know because we would love to do a trade.
Awesome. I've been meaning to print stickers. I have pins, but I haven't done my stickers yet. I think I might have like one pin left.
I love pins. Let me know. I'm a pin man. I have a full jacket full of pins. Like,
All right, I'll check my inventory because I only had like 1 or 2 left. So I'll check my inventory and let
I
you know.
put it on my dudes at ringside hat. I swear.
Oh, awesome.
My cousin made me that hat, and I might want a stitched one, but this is what I get right now.
Yeah, our hats and shirts are one of a kind. We don't have any more.
We're trying to make T-shirts, but we make T-shirts. I'll tell you when the shop is up, and you can grab one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you could brag to every girl that's there. Be like, "Oh, Kathleen, I don't think do you have one of these yet? Oh, Becky, oh, the girl that didn't open her message didn't want to talk to the dudes. Oh, I was on their podcast. They're such gems." You should freak out Kathleen at first. Be like, "Oh my god, it was so stiff." It was like facing a stick. They were so quiet and they didn't want to talk to me. And then they asked me these weird questions. She'd be like, "What? No, I don't want to do it." Just kidding. They're by the way, Kathleen, Joe is 5'1". Found a friend. You found a friend in me. And I'm weird too. I'm funny weird. I'm like geek knows. I'm that guy that's like, I laugh at the stupid jokes, or I'm just like, I'll tell the stupid jokes. Like, I have like a joke that I say every show. What's his name? Oh my god, Adam Cole. Here we go. What would it be if like Adam Cole owned a bakery?
What would it?
Adam's Rolls, baby. Every episode, you get the rest of the react. Other than that, sometimes they like, like, okay, you next.
All right. Who hits the hardest? You would say, besides you.
Alicia Edwards.
Alicia Edwards.
Yeah, she definitely hits the hardest, 100%. Also, Brad Cashew. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he's a New England guy.
Uh-huh.
He hits real hard.
You gotta check that out.
Uh-huh.
We're actually gonna have a federation from Alabama on our show. It's all women. It's an all women's federation. You ever see on Instagram Liberty Pro Wrestling pop up?
It's like ringing a bell, but I'm not sure.
I think they follow you. I think they after this show they may start following you because it's all women. It's all women's federation. When we get them, do you mind if I name drop you? Because I know I'm gonna name drop all the women that, and also there's a federation that's coming on from England, CPW. Have you ever think a lot about traveling overseas to wrestle?
Oh, I would love to. I have a passport, you know.
I will name drop CPW.
Sounds good.
There's also one from New Orleans that's coming on our show, Epic Pro Wrestling.
11
Pro. Oh. There's quite a few groups that are coming on our podcast, and I'm going to name drop all you ladies.
We actually had I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had Tennessee promotion on our podcast. They were promoting their show on June 27th.
Your birthday.
What?
Yeah, it was my birthday party, June 27th.
Yeah. See, I was like, dang it, we could have made this your birthday today too, but we didn't plan it out the right way. Dang it.
That's okay.
Oh, in the future, when you, because we already seem like we're having fun with this, the three of us. So we'll try. We definitely want you to come back because you're awesome. You're
Thank you.
super awesome. I had a weird feeling. I'm like, she's gonna be super cool. Gonna be super cool and super down to earth.
Yeah, that's me.
Ever so spiffy says happy birthday.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's the mod.
That's our mod.
Here we go. This is my fun collection. My coin, my stickers.
Oh wow.
Yes. I Ghostbuster people love me. They love me. Oh, there's our dude, the ringside sticker.
Oh, nice.
That's the dude. That's the sticker I was saying. If you have sticker, we should do it. We should do a trade. I love being. That's my other fun thing I like to do. I like to use my radio voice, and I'll like announce people. And do you remember Howard Finkel?
Mm-hmm.
I always do. Here we go. This is the fun part of the show where Joe likes to do the voice of the thing. I always do this for the wrestlers. A lot of people get goosebumps. Coming down the aisle from Boston, Massachusetts, davienne, that's not America's sweetheart.
It's great. It's spot on.
Everybody, I had this big, giant wrestler from Texas named, what was his name? Oh, God. He's gonna
Tamaku.
Tamaku, the Savage Juggernaut.
Wow.
You have to look him up. He's on Instagram. It's Scott Ali. He's a big dude. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. I can think now. I'm like, oh my God, that would be an epic battle. Geek, that would be an epic battle. Her versus Tamaku.
He said he would wrestle everybody. He would wrestle everybody he can.
Yeah,
So.
apparently. Yeah.
You should definitely, after the show, you should look him up. Scott Ali.
Okay. I will.
Be like, I tell him when you message, you get at him. Just he looks at everything. She'd be like, Joe and Metal Geek sent me here. They said that we
You want to wrestle me?
So you want to wrestle anybody, huh? Have you ever thought about traveling to Texas, like out of state, to wrestle?
I have been to Texas to wrestle.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have. I worked for Sabotage and Heavy Metal Pro in Texas. Yeah.
There's also Hurricane Pro also in Texas.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. I want to go back to Texas really bad. It was like, I want to say it was like a long weekend that they booked us. They booked a whole car full. We drove like 30 hours down to Texas. And the next time like we were gonna go, they wanted us to drive again. And I was like, I can't take that much time off work. Like I don't have vacation time. And then like COVID happened. And I wasn't traveling at all, even though I had the opportunity to just like take my laptop and just like not have to take time off of work. So that's why I'm trying to like get a new job or just work from home. And be able to just take work with me until I can make wrestling like my full time job.
Are you still in college, or are you like you're out of college?
Oh no, I'm out of college. Yeah.
Okay. Some of the wrestlers we've had on our show, they're still in college. It's like,
well,
yeah. No, I'm old. I'm 27.
Oh, you're younger than I am. Age gap.
I was just gonna say that WrestleMania, it's your chance to get booked on shows. So if you want to go back to Texas, because WrestleMania is come back to Texas, so
yeah, exactly. Fingers crossed. I had a pretty good WrestleMania weekend this year, so fingers crossed next year it's even better.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Definitely look up when you're done with us on the show. Look up NYWC.
Oh yeah, New York Wrestling Connection. I've wrestled there.
Oh yeah, me and Geek used to go there like when I lived on Long Island. Me and Geek would pile in his car and go to the shows and pay $10 and go. And I made friends with a wrestler, and he's like now I call him my wrestling bestie. Me, him, and his wife, Foxy and Damien. And like I go to the shows, and like The day that Foxy, his wife, turned heel on Davienne, I went in the bathroom and cried. Because I was like, my friend, like somebody came in the bathroom, they're like, "Are you okay?" And then I'm in the wiping my wetting my face. I'm okay. Leave me alone. Because like I got used to seeing Foxy as this gothic, sweet person, and then at the end of the match, she just low blows him, and I'm like, it's over. Oh my god, it's over. Yeah. So yeah, NYWC, that they're I call them the gateway to WWE. They have, I think all of them are, but like NYWC has had Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins, MJF. Like there's so many names that have come out of that organization. Actually,
Trent
Beretta. I met them back in the day.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I am dying to meet them, and I'm either gonna ask. I'm gonna ask them autographs his picture, and then I'm gonna do a TikTok. The TikTok, I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
Man, I have to redo this whole picture again. I just have to find another Yankee hat and mess up the brim and make it like that picture. I know they'll do it. I know Zach's goofy like that, and Kurt is like, all right, fine. Fine, we'll do a TikTok. I guess we'll have to do it in that same position. But that'd be easy because I'm short. In the picture. See how short I am compared to those guys? I'm a fidget. Yeah. I'm a little guy. I'd be up to your elbow. That'll be like truly like friendship, best friends. If I met you in person and then it's like, oh look guys, look, it's the dudes at ringside. Oh Geek, hey, where's Joe? Down here. Oh hi Joe, I didn't see you there. I'm short. That chair makes you look a little tall. I don't like you anymore. I'm gonna go to the other table and buy merch. Oh. I'm gonna buy a pin. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go buy Kathleen's merchandise. Joe, she sells barrettes. I could wear it as a head warmer. I'm that picky. Yeah. All right, Geeky. Anything else?
Yeah. Do you heard of Victory Pro Wrestling or?
Yeah, I have heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. I said before the show that they're doing their first show, post pandemic in New York on July 17th.
Oh, okay, that's the show. All right, yeah.
You should see if there's any spots open still. You could hop on.
I think I already have a booking. I talked about this with TJ Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I have chaotic wrestling that day.
That would be awesome as hell to see. We're just walking around there with all the merches, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, Geek, Panther, Joe, and I'll be like, what the hell is that her name? I'm now gonna start wearing these glasses when I go to the show. It's like the new gear is like wrestlers have their own gear. My trademark gear is, even though these aren't my real glasses, these are stage glasses. These are my real glasses. These are my real glasses right here. I wear these just because I have to read the little UPCs that keep me. Because if I don't have them on, I'll screw everything up. Everything, the whole aisle will be badly blocked. Yeah. Besides, this interview is sponsored by Key Food in Milford. I didn't do it the past 3 shows. I got to do it now. Junior's gonna be mad. Okay, Geeky.
What is your dream place to wrestle and work? I see you going to Impact.
I would love to go to Impact. WWE is the goal. It's always been the dream. So that's where I want to go. And I would want to wrestle in Madison Square Garden.
That's awesome.
Did you see what I posted on the Dudes At page on Father's Day?
The what?
Did you see what I posted on the Dudes At Ringside page on Father's Day?
I didn't. I had a show yesterday, so I wasn't on social media really at all.
You're gonna freak out. I was in New York City with my dad and my brother and my sister. We were walking we were doing some across the street, and I turned around really fast, and it's just that side shot of Madison Square Garden that everybody sees and everybody has. And I just like turned my phone sideways, and I was just like, my brother's like, "We gotta go. Wait, hold on. Don't move your arm." And I just took a picture of the side shot of the garden. And then I posted it really fast. I was like, Madison Square Garden, the mecca of wrestling. And I was gonna write "fight me," like, because everybody, you're from Boston. The Boston wrestling fans like, nah, it's the Boston Garden. What are you, crazy? It's the Boston Garden. It's not the not Madison Square Garden. It's the Boston Garden. And then people from Philly would say it's whatever arena they had in Philadelphia, one of the old arenas. Oh, that's the mecca of wrestling. Every city has their arena that they grew up and they know. But we, us New Yorkers, know the Garden. That's the mecca. Hey, if you ever make it to a WWE, please let us know.
or don't let us know because you can't say nothing. You have to be like, shh, right?
Yeah.
As I fanboy out when I hear your name announced. And now coming down the aisle from Boston, Massachusetts. American Sweetheart. I'll be like, what? Oh my God, Kick! Oh my God, no!
But WWE, they'll probably try to change your name.
You know what? They can have my real name. They can have it. I'll sign whatever I have to sign if I don't have to change it.
They make you change
I just don't have the creativity to like come up with a new one. Like I've been wanting to. I'm like, I don't like my last name. I want a new one. I can't figure out any last name I would change my name to. So, yeah, they can have my real name. They can have my birth name. I'll sign my life away. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just don't go to Lucha Underground.
Does that still exist? No, 100% serious. I thought it went under.
It did.
Oh, okay. But
I think they reemerged with another company though.
Okay.
I think they reemerged with MLW, but I don't think they're I don't think the actual company is around anymore though. I think it's a different company now.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't heard anything about that. Thought they just stopped.
Yeah, Lucha Underground will be signed to Lifeway. Okay, here you go. We own everything.
Yeah. That's not going to be the one.
Have you watched Dark Side of the Ring?
I love Dark Side of the Ring.
Which one's your favorite out of all of them?
I really, really like the Nick Gage one that just came out. But also the Chris Benoit ones were great. Great in a horrible way, but really interesting episodes. And I really like the Pillman ones too.
The one I like is the one that they show on A&E on Sundays. That they have Macho Man and they had Booker T. Did you see that one?
She's talking about the A&E ones.
Oh, I'm thinking Dark Side of the. I'm thinking the Dark Side of the Ring. Maybe is that different? Dark Side of the Ring.
Those are two different.
Is those ones on Vice? The Dark Side of the Ring. Like a documentary.
Yeah.
You got lost, Joe.
Yeah, I'm lost. It's like Wi-Fi. I'm thinking about the A&E one, the one that they show on Sundays.
The actual documentaries. That we're talking about the dark side, that dark side of the ring.
Yeah, I've seen that one. The one that got me freaking out is with the New Jack one. That one freaked me out.
Oh yeah, that one was wild.
Mm-hmm.
So what were your opinion? I know it's horrible to think about this because he's a part of your wrestling family. What were your thoughts on the loss of New Jack?
I thought it was, sad. I think he contributed a lot to the business, and it's sad when anybody dies, especially when they contributed a lot. He's made history. He's done a few controversial things, but you gotta do what you gotta do to be a legend, right?
Yeah. When I say that, I always in my back of my mind, it make me sound like opinions. So, what do you opinion on New Jack? But in my mind, I the way I say it, my mind, it comes out differently than it comes out of my mouth. Like, I mean, opinions, you said the way you answered my question the correct way. Because in my mind, I'm going, no, it's like that movie with the different moods.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind, it came out of my mouth, and then they're like, the panic was like, oh my God, he said it the wrong way. What button did you push? Are you drunk? Is he drunk? But yeah, that you answered it the right way. I just thought after it came out of my mouth, I was like, opinions, Joe. Why would you say opinions? Opinion on someone's death. Moron. You geeky go.
Do you have any stories from the ring, or?
I mean, I have a lot. What are we looking for?
Anything you want to tell? Anything you could tell?
Yeah, don't get you in there.
I think like what would be like interesting. I mean, probably the best one was when I got the chair thrown at my face because I didn't know what was happening. We were the opening match on the show. There was probably like 50 people in the crowd, and like we're like brawling on the outside. And this is like what we had talked about. And then like she hits me and it's like, take a bump on the floor. And I'm like, okay, so I do. And then she like puts a chair over my face and is like, don't move. And I was like, okay, weird. And then I just like went like this. And then another chair comes flying at my head. And like the foot went through the back of the first chair and hit me in the head. Ooh. And like slashed down my eyelid. And I just remember like being like, oh no, like this isn't okay. And it's on YouTube, and if you go back and look at the timestamp of when it hits, it's 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So like stone cold, baby. And the referee was like, I'm gonna stop the match. And I was like, nah, like it's okay. And I just like was just like had my eye closed. So I was like, I think my eyeball's like on the floor. And then like we went to do like another spot, and I like grabbed her and I was like, we gotta take it home. Like I can't wrestle anymore. So we like roll in the ring, and I tried to just pin her because like I was winning, shocker. The finishes are predetermined. And she like kicked me off and was like, no, do like the ending sequence. And like we do the ending sequence, like 1, 2, 3. And I just like ran upstairs and was like, can somebody take me to the hospital? Like my skull was showing, like it was gnarly. So that's probably the scariest like moment I've ever had.
It's kind of like old school Ring of Honor when the fans were throwing the chairs in the ring. I don't know if you remember something like that.
Yes, but it wasn't like a standard chair. It was like a banquet hall chair. So like the legs were like, you couldn't bend it.
Like a ballroom chair, kind of?
Yeah, exactly. So
those gotta hurt though.
Yeah, and it's just like a metal leg with a foot, and the foot hit me here. So like I have like the foot in my face.
And I know that they have prop chairs and everything, but you can't like fake a banquet or a ballroom chair.
We weren't supposed to use them either. Like this wasn't spoken about.
That's like getting kicked by a horse in the face. It's like those chairs are like.
Yeah, I went to the hospital and they were like, "Oh my God, did you get hit by a car?" And I was like, "No, I had a chair." Like, and I was the talk of the hospital.
Did you have any wrestling gear or anything? Or
oh yeah, I was in my gear. So they were very confused as to what I was doing. They tried to call the police. Like they thought I was attacked. Like it was a very interesting day at a small Connecticut hospital.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Like I'm a wrestler. I'm a professional wrestler. Come on.
Yeah, and they're doing what? Like, what is this? And then so like the nurse who like stitched me up like ended up like following me on Instagram.
I could see them saying, "Is this you wrestle for WWE?" Because most doctors don't know about independent federations, so they're like, is it WWE? Or it's like, no, it's a small little local
Like,
independent.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, you absolutely not. Like, if it was WWE, I wouldn't be here right now.
We're in the back of a tent, like getting all stitched up.
Yeah, I'm like, no, and I like just remember like sitting in the car, and like the dude who was running the show like was driving me to the hospital, and I went, my mom's gonna kill me, and I couldn't find my phone. Like, I was just all messed up. I couldn't find my phone, so I just went to the hospital. I didn't tell my mom. I got home. I was still living with her at the time, and I just went to bed. Like, I took a shower to get all the blood out of my hair, and then I went to bed. And the next morning, she comes in my room, and she's like, sees like there's like a caterpillar on my face, just like all the stitches, and she's like, went to like pull it, but then was like, no, and then like hit me, and I was like, what is going on? And she's like, what's on your face? And I was like, ugh, stitches. And then she was like, get up right now, I'm gonna kill you, how could you not tell me? And I was like, oh, this is exactly what I didn't want to have happen. And she's like, why is it always you getting injured? I'm like, oh god. So it was a very fun next morning too. And I like my eye swelled shut. It was disgusting.
Oh jeez. Did you put the picture on Instagram? You'd probably get in trouble for that because like Instagram.
Oh no, it's on Instagram. Yeah. If you scroll down, it was like 3 years ago now. You scroll down, I got plenty of bloody busted photos from that match.
I guess I'll look at that then. Yeah. Do you have any stories from like the road, like when you're on like road trips and stuff like that?
Road trips for me are always the worst. Like, everybody calls me Murphy's Law because like whatever's gonna go wrong goes wrong, especially when I'm around. So, a recent horror story was I was trying to drive to Indiana for the collective, and I booked the rental car. I'm like, I got everything squared away. I'm about to leave for 4 or 5 days. I ran my dishwasher. I had all of my laundry done. I'm like, I'm ahead of schedule. I'm going to go pick up the rental car. Going to go to New Jersey, get the girl I was driving with. And I go to the rental car place, and I had like an online confirmation, and they're like, this location is closed due to COVID. Please go to our other location that's 20 minutes away. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I call the other location, and they're like, I'm like, listen, I'm going to get there at 6:03. And they're like, well, we close at 6 and we don't work in the office. So like, call this number back and like hit whatever. So I call it back. I hit whatever to get, the person in the office, and they leave me on hold until 6 o'clock and then disconnect me. And I was just like, great. Like, I don't even know what to do. So then I'm like, there's got to be a rental car at like Worcester Airport. No rental cars at Worcester Airport. And I was like, okay, I guess I got to go to Providence Airport. There was a car at Providence Airport. So I get the car. Well, I'm trying to get the car. And like, I have picked up rental cars at Providence Airport before. And I go into the desks, and there's nobody at the desks. And I was like, what the hell? And so I call, and I'm like being a Karen because I'm stressed out. And then I look, and there's this tiny little handwritten sign, and it's like, for blah, 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 please go to this level of the garage. And then I'm like, sir, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm having a day, and I just see this little handwritten sign. It's not the desk. I have to go to the garage. He's like, I'm going to stay on the phone with you to make sure you get the car. Like, oh, my God, thank you so much. So finally, I'm like an hour and a half behind schedule, and I finally get the car. I get to New Jersey. And the girl I was with, she's like, I wanted to get McDonald's. I'm like, okay, we can get McDonald's like freaking midnight. And we should have already been like halfway to Indy, not halfway, but like good way into the trip to Indiana. It's like a 12-hour drive. And so we go, and the McDonald's messes up her order. So it's like an extra half an hour to like get the food. And then we're finally on the way at like 1 a.m. And I was just like, oh, God. And I had to wrestle like the next day, that Friday. We left on that Thursday night. And then, so she does a couple hours so I could sleep a little bit. And then I'm driving the rest of the way. And she's like, let's get food. Let's get breakfast. Okay, we're going to stop at like a Cracker Barrel. It's a couple exits away from our Airbnb. Well, we take the exit for the Cracker Barrel. And then there's like a left turn to get to the other side of the road for the Cracker Barrel. And then I was like, oh, this is the gas station entrance. I got to drive up further. So I go and I'm going to take a right and it takes me back on the highway. And the next exit to like turn back around where we needed to go was 30 minutes away. So I added an extra hour onto my trip for no reason. And so I was like, this is the road trip from hell. I hate it. And so my plan was to, get to Indiana Friday morning, be able to sleep, shower, and then go wrestle. But we got to the Airbnb, I took a shower, and then I had to go to the venue, and then I had to go wrestle. So I was just like on fumes.
So
yeah. So whatever will go wrong when you're traveling with me.
So it's like basically like you heard the term "fight forever," car trip forever.
Literally, I'm just gonna die in this car. Like I'm never gonna get to where I need to go.
I don't know if that's even a chance. Car trip forever.
It should be. You should probably write a book about your wrestling career when it comes.
You should write stories or something.
You should like wrestlers stories from wrestler, like wrestler stories.
Yeah, it'd be great. Everybody could laugh at me.
Oh no! Like the stories, some of the stories, like
no, and then after they laugh at you, you punch them in the face and say,
"That's how you say." Like instead of stamping your autograph, you just punch him in the face.
Yeah. Exactly.
$40, thank you. You hit him in the head.
It's a wrestling. It's like a wrestling story. Boom. That's it.
Don't read my book. You don't want it. All right. Trying to think what else. You said you don't have any pets because you can't have pets because of your condo. If you had to pick one topping you would put on your pizza, what would it be and why?
That's the rando question.
Yes, my Joe. My Joe loves food and question.
I really like buffalo chicken pizza. It'd be that or just cheese.
Yeah, there's a place when I went to see my friend in Jersey. They made a buffalo chicken pizza, but they didn't put like the cheese on it. It was just like buffalo sauce with blue cheese and the buffalo's on it.
That's strange.
Yes, no cheese at all. It was just the blue cheese with the buffalo chicken all like shredded up, and it was in a circle like that. And the blue cheese, it was like if you look at it too fast or they're spinning the thing, you'd be like, "Yes, I will be under your control." It's like that. It's like blue cheese and buffalo sauce all like in a swirl like that. But it was so good, but it's so spicy. I had to like wipe my mouth like 15 times in a row. My mustache was getting all like goopy. And then I was like, oh God, how did Mario do this? I was horribly in my, when you eat something so hot, your lips start to get like tangled. Yeah. That's what I felt like. And when I was done, I was like, oh my God, I have to wash my face. My face is burning. Yeah, it's my food story. I always have to have one in this every episode, food and yeah. There was if you ever go into the city, look up on your Google map. There's a place called Luchador.
Mm-hmm.
It's a taco place near the South Street Seaport.
Oh, okay.
And it has little luchador masks on the sign. I posted the picture on the dude. I posted the picture on the dude that page yesterday or today. My friend bought me a mask that was like a luchador mask for like COVID. It's King Rey Mysterio mask. And I wore it. I was like, turning around and I was like, oh my God, there's a luchador place. Angela took a picture of me. And I just put the mask on and I was just like pointing at it like it was cool. Yeah. All right. We're losing the fans. Joe's talking too much.
Joe talks way too much.
Or ranty.
But who's your favorite opponent to work with?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Without pissing somebody off.
Right now, So I love working with Becca. I can't narrow it down to one, so we'll do like top 3.
Okay.
All right. So Becca, Aaron Rourke, Ava Everett, and JT Dunn. Those are 2 girls, 2 guys.
Yeah, if like as you said before, you do have a show coming up. If you want to talk about it, you never know. Our fans may want to buy a ticket. So.
Yeah. If they're in the area. So.
Friday, June 25th, this Friday. Chaotic Wrestling is in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. I am wrestling. I'm in a trios match with MSP. They're from a tag team from Maine. I'm wrestling Ace Romero, Danny Miles, and Trigger the OG. And then on Saturday, in Enfield, Connecticut, Blitzkrieg Pro Wrestling. I'm in a tag match with triple threat tag match with my tagging with Skylar against the Competition and the Legion of Rot.
Awesome.
So that's my weekend. Yeah.
We just wish you all the best in your match, and
thank you.
Just pretend like you see the little red glasses man and his little his tall buddy over here. Pretend like they're sitting there ringside cheering you on, like yay! I think you, in a way, I could every time when I tell that to the wrestler, I can see them picturing our cartoon of ourselves, like the ones above my head. Like it's Bitmoji style with because it's funny when I started using the red glasses, I was like, I gotta do something with that. So like this, if you have an iPhone, you know how like the Memoji is just your face with the hat. Mm-hmm. I totally changed the Memoji and made him with the red glasses.
Oh, cute!
Blue hat. My mom's like, "What the hell did you do? What? You don't wear red glasses?" I said, "Now I do." And she's like, the podcast thing. I said, yeah, you guys start wearing those things. You're going to go blind. And I'm like, not if I don't wear them all the time. And then with the mustache thing, every episode the mustache would grow in. And I had a beard beginning COVID, like Geek does. I had this full man Viking beard. And then I would have my sister's a nurse. And she was like,
oh, my hair was bad when there was no barbers.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, puff. You go back to the old episodes on YouTube. He had that puffy hair, butthead. Yeah, I had a beard, and then I grew the mustache. And I told my friends like, "Oh, you know, you're cartooned now. You can't shave the mustache." I'm like, "What? But I could do it. It's my face." And then I totally went all hood rat because I grew up in a ghetto-ish, like thuggish town. I said, motherfucker, I could do what I want. It's my face, bitch. But it's your trademark. People know you with the mustache and the red glasses, and I'm just like, I guess I can't shave it off then. Because if I go to the show with the hat on and these glasses and no mustache, they're gonna be like, not Joe the Panther Jr. He has a mustache. Someone give me some mask. Anybody got any black makeup? Anybody got any? Was it mascara? Was that the black eyeliner? Yeah.
Eyeliner, yeah.
Anybody got any eyeliner? Anybody got any eyeliner? Just show a stick mustache. I'm done. See? I'm back. Yeah. Yeah, this is the stuff we do here. Davienne, we love to have you guys on the show. We love supporting the indies. That's like our thing. We love it. We love it.
That's awesome. So nice.
We love and like how we just had
we love independent wrestling so much, me and Joe.
We love it.
No idea.
We love helping, and like before this, like I thought I would never meet wrestlers like this. With COVID, you can't meet people in person. This is the best way to meet wrestlers and like become friends with them and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
And not only that, you're helping them too, because like I said, you don't know who's watching this video.
Yeah.
You don't know. So they could get signed by someone because you could like AEW, WWE, anyone NWA could see this and say, well, I enjoyed this person. I want to sign them. And we saw them on Dudes at Ringside.
Totally.
You never know.
It's a great platform. Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, when we have that person from the Liberty Pro, we have so many female wrestlers that I'm gonna have to write the names down. He's like, "Do you guys know any female wrestlers?" That I'm like,
a lot.
Get my head out. Not America's Sweetheart. Me and Kathleen. Like, I'm gonna go. The whole show is just gonna be me reading the like almost like a script. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is what because our podcast originally started out us doing Raws and SmackDowns.
Mm-hmm.
We finally got a guest, and then Geek was like, "Joe, do you think we should start branching out and trying to get other people?" And I was like, "I've already started." And then I forgot when I messaged. I'm the mod. Usually I said I'm the mod, and now Geek's the mod. Now I just recently gave him the code so he can get in. And I forgot when I messaged you. I forgot when I did that. But I think you were like, "Yeah, come on," something like that, because you looked at it immediately. As I said, everybody's just like, I don't know. Certain people, I guess, because some people's messages are private, and I'm like, I feel weird doing it. Sometimes I feel weird.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I'll just say, "Hey, we would like you on our podcast." I don't put I had like this big message that I would send people for a while.
It looks like spam though, but it's actually us though.
It's like us saying we want you to come on our podcast. Just come. So yeah, when you see your friends, your fellow wrestling friends from your school that we've watched on the ring on the YouTube videos, tell them, spread the word.
Totally.
And totally freak out Kathleen.
Oh, definitely.
Figure out like, oh my god, they're so weird. They talk about weird stuff. They're so goofy. And she's like, no, I don't want to do it. No.
They talk about food. They talk about food and stuff like that.
They talk about feet. I don't know about that Panther guy. He talks about. She'd be like, he's about 5'1". He's 1 foot, one little hoof lick taller than you. If I became a wrestler, I would totally steal that headbutt thing she did to the Natural.
Oh yeah.
I watched that full match. Normally I watch matches and I'm kind of like checking see if we got any messages from wrestlers. And I'm just like, timestamp. I watched your match. I watched all your match. Both, and actually, I think there was like a triple threat match that was on there, maybe. Am I wrong? Was there? I don't know. Well, one of the matches I watched a few of your matches because I had to like scroll down. I'd find your match. And then I have to scroll down. That's how I found all of Little Me and Kathleen's matches. Because I would have to keep scrolling down. I looked her name up on YouTube, and like she got like 3-4 matches. And I'm like, oh, she's another one that fights men. Gosh.
Yeah.
Because like there's a girl we had on a few weeks ago that wrestles in California. Oh no, we can't forget her name.
Charisma. You're forgetting her name. You're forgetting her name already, Joe, after she advertised for us every single.
Like my dad, he follows us on Dudes at Ringside, and like I have to like now. He got mad at me because I would take over his news feed on Instagram. He would wake up next morning, and I'd go get so excited. I'll be like, I'd post it when you came on, then this one, and my dad's like drinking his coffee, eating his crackers, going 1, 2, 3. Randy, really? Dad, I'm just excited to have all these people answering us.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought it would be me and him talking about Raw the whole time.
Like, do you ever get a chance to really watch Raws and SmackDowns because you wrestle a lot?
I do. I consistently watch WWE. I usually just like throw it on in the background though. So I like know the storylines, but I'm not necessarily like sitting and watching the matches. I just when I don't even really like watch TV, I just put it on.
It's just there.
I just listen to it. I don't ever like physically watch
What's your opinion on rated RK Bro?
I like it. It's definitely interesting. I think Randy Orton can do no wrong, so I like everything that he does.
Yeah, I was thinking you said that. I'm like, I gotta ask you what's your opinion on that one. I know.
Yeah, I think anything that Randy does is great. So I'm a fan of it.
It's always good.
And also the what you call it, the doll versus Shayna Baszler.
They're doing a doll, like the actual doll.
No, but it's like Lily, whatever it is.
Oh, it's like haunting her.
Yeah, it's haunting her. It's like the silliest thing.
Yeah, like I really thought this was like cool, and then they brought the doll into it, and I was just like, ugh. Now it's just weird.
Yeah, it's a little.
Like it was cool. It was cool for a while.
A lot of people predict that Alexa and Lily are going to win the tag titles by themselves.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
but this is what I think. I think Bray's going to come back, and he's going to bring in Nikki Cross as his like apprentice.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's what I think.
Cool. Mm-hmm. I like that. I'm a fan.
It's like, it'll be like, he's like, you have some friends, so do I, and then he brings in Nikki Cross to go after Alexa.
For that.
I'm getting like this weird feeling about Bray Wyatt coming back. I think they're gonna change his gimmick again and make him some kind of like back to the old Bray Wyatt, but even more twisted. Because his mask is gonna be like half hanged, skin hanging, and stuff like that. Because you saw they made him burnt, so why not make him like his skin is coming back, like you know what I mean, like growing back. Because they already made him twisted, so what else can you do to Bray Wyatt to make him even more weird? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like every single time I'm like, what else could he do? Like he just does something different. So I'm like, okay, go off.
It's just when WWE decides, oh, it's not working, right? Let's add this person in there, and I'm like, no, right?
Yeah, like, yeah, it's like, what can you do? Like when in your case, you're in it like an indie fed. Do they let you practice the gimmick before? Like, I know like the certain groups like let you do like, okay, they're gonna make you turn heel tonight. You practice it at home in the mirror, like the way you say in the microphone and everything?
A lot of the times, like I don't know what I'm doing until I'm there. So, yeah. So it's just kind of like, okay, this is what we're doing, and you wing it.
You're in control of your character, though, right?
Yeah. I get a lot of input on like what I would do. Like I get like the outline of like where they want it to go, but it'd be like, okay, well, I would do this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Cool.
And also, is there anyone you learned from? Anything you learned from someone?
I was trained by Ivar from the Viking Raiders.
Wow.
And I also had a lot of help from Tommaso Ciampa.
Wow.
They're both from New England. They helped train me in my beginning days. I also I was in the same class as Dominic Dijakovic, who's T-Bar, August Gray, who's on 205 Live, and Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes, I think, NXT now.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
He just made his debut. That match is actually on YouTube. Me versus Christian Casanova. That was his indie name. And me versus Anthony Green. That was his indie name. Both for Limitless Wrestling. Two of my favorite matches. I learned a lot from all of those guys. Really, really cool. And just like the New England area is so great for pro wrestling, and I was just really blessed to be able to learn from such amazing talents.
I told Geek when he lives on Long Island, I'm like, and I live in PA, I said, Geek, you get the directions. We could drive to New England and go to a wrestling show. We could definitely go there.
We have to. I always heard that good things about Limitless Wrestling and Beyond Wrestling and those promotions. I heard they're producing amazing talent. By the way.
Yeah, like Limitless is so good. It's so good.
I've been watching matches, and I'm like, these guys are like really, really good, and it's like 30 people, and the shows are like very intimate. So
Limitless has, like, before COVID had grown so much, like they were having 400 people every show.
Wow.
Wow.
Their first show back is June 26th. I unfortunately had another booking, so I'm not on it, but I think they're gonna have like 400 people. It's gonna be packed. Those fans love that company, and they'll be there no matter what. They've been watching the product on YouTube and IWTV and supporting it throughout the whole pandemic. So those fans are incredible fans. They help make the shows. Mm-hmm. They're so great.
The other thing I like about the federation you do, the one that I watch the YouTube channel, I love the guy that does the commentary when he talks about the wrestler.
Yeah, Randy, he's great at commentary.
I love it. He goes, not America's sweetheart. Little mean Kathleen. I love that. That makes me laugh. I'm like, oh my God, he's so good. And the ring announcer. The way they do the announcing.
He's a great ring announcer too.
Yeah, when they do the ring announcing, I like that because it's like it reminds me of like a championship match.
Mm-hmm.
That they announce each wrestler. And I'm like, if they don't show the entrances, they just show them in the ring and they announce. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Cool. I'm like, wow. I'm gonna keep watching. I kept watching, and I'm like, these guys are. I told Geek we have to go to one of these shows. We may bump into one of the people that we interviewed at the show.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you go to a show, we'll definitely let you know. We'll drop you a DM.
Awesome.
We'll be there. We're bringing the stickers.
So that would definitely bring stickers. I'm going to the Victory Pro show, so I'll definitely be there.
Nice. You'll see DJ.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Tell them about the podcast.
I'm trying to tell my parents. Yeah, we could tell them, and we could probably squeeze them in on a Friday. We've been doing that lately. We've been.
He could promote the show if he even wants to. The one in Long Island, if he really wants to promote it, he could come on and promote the show. We're cool with it. He's wrestling Eric Gonzalez.
Oh.
Yeah.
He didn't even tell me. He just said he was doing it.
Your roommate? What? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think what else. Oh my gosh. Do you have any pets? Uh-oh. What was it? I'm don't know what to ask, Geek.
What? That I mean, we've been going for almost 2 hours though, so if you gotta go.
If you have to go, we can let you go.
Yeah, I just got the notification that my laptop's about to die.
Oh crap! All right, but thanks for coming on. You could come back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys.
No problem.
We want you to come back. So whenever
whenever you have an opening, let me know. We'll see if we can make it work.
I said we could, if you're not busy on a Friday, we could even, as I said, we could squeeze you in on at a 2:00 time on a Friday.
Okay, yeah, I would just have to not be working, but we can see.
All right.
We want to wish you a happy birthday on Sunday. Happy and safe. Don't go for crazy, no.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much again for coming on again.
Yeah,
you have no idea how much it means to us. So
thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was cool. She was cool,
dude. That was a great interview, dude. Right?
Another great one. Yay!
Right. All right. So, if anything, Joe, man, I mean, I can't say anything, but that was a freaking awesome interview.
She was cool. I liked her. I really liked her.
Her stories were great and everything. You know, she had great stories, and very talkative. You know, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said about me.
All right. So anyway, before we let's wrap this up. You guys could always donate to us at http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside, http://dudes@ringside. And thank you so much for our guest, Davienne, for coming in, Not America's Sweetheart. And I'm going to throw it over to Joe to close.
Well, we would like to thank our guests for coming on the podcast, of course. And just remember to go in and support your indies. Go on Wrestle Tees.
Pro Wrestling Tees.
And go buy one of her T-shirts.
Limitless Wrestling.
Or what's that?
Limitless Wrestling or
Wrestling.
Or Beyond Wrestling is another one.
Go buy a T-shirt, buy a hat, buy a pin, or buy one of her pins. Just buy anything to support them. Like, you're gonna get fans soon, but they still need your support.
They still need your support. Yeah. So, and remember, Victory Pro Wrestling, July 17th, everyone. And also, don't forget, Next Generation Wrestling, June 27th.
Yeah.
That show's coming up too. That's a great card, by the way. So.
And as I always close the show off, I would like to thank my grandfather, Jose Quinones, my cousin, Pete Sanchez, Pistol Pete, and my uncle's godfather, Frank Martinez, the Blue Demon, for lighting the way for all Latino wrestlers. Good night, everybody.